Today we'll be discussing Nvidia, a tech company dominating not only their industry, but also the finance news. Now, Nvidia is currently the most valuable tech company in the world, the most valuable company in the world. Valuation sitting at over $4 trillion. Today, we'll be discussing 3 of Porter's 5 forces which can impact a company, which be threats to a company. The 3 we'll be discussing in order of increasing severity are buying power, supplying power, and threat of new entrants. Now, first of all, buying power. Buying power for Nvidia is not a large concern. They, since they have such a high valuation, have lots of liquid capital and are able to acquire the parts that they need at a relative ease. And the parts that they need to construct their AI chips are not very limited in the market. So that's not going to be a huge threat to them in the future. And they're one of the leading manufacturers of these parts to other companies along the AI chip supply chain. The second of which is supplier power. Now, them being the supplier might run into an issue here, where they can't produce enough chips to satisfy the needs of everybody trying to buy chips from them, which is going to lead directly into threat of new entrants. We'll get to that in a bit. Staying on the topic of supplying power, they might not be able to satisfy all the customers that are trying to purchase from them. And the customers purchasing from them are not small customers either. It's Microsoft, it's Google, it's the biggest tech companies in the world. So with increasing demand and limited resources, it's going to become an increasing problem the more they go along. Now, moving into the threat of new entrants, because of this supply issue, where they're not going to be able to satisfy the needs of all the customers trying to purchase the AI chips from them, people are going to adapt, and they're going to fill in the gaps in the market. Companies have already started to do this. One of the ones dominating the news right now is the Chinese e-commerce company Alibaba. They've been the biggest e-commerce company in that side of the world for a long time, dominated the market in that sector, but now they're moving into AI chips because they want to compete with Nvidia. They don't want to have to purchase all their chips from Nvidia, and a lot of other companies don't want to do the same thing. They want to produce them themselves, sell them to other people, meet those gaps in the market, and also supply them for themselves to use in-house instead of buying it from another party and using them for their technology. Why not just make it themselves and sell it that way? So, with the increase of demand across the entire technology market for AI chips, other people are going to try and enter the market. And when Nvidia is the biggest company in the world at over $4 trillion valuation, people are going to try and get a slice of that pie. So Nvidia is going to have to keep innovating and keep trying to prove to the market that their AI chips are the best and worthy of the price.